So we are done with new content. We've learned everything that we need to know for this unit. So now it's time to get our information ready for our project. In this assignment, you just need to compare two voting groups. You can choose between age, race, or education. And how you choose it is you just you decide which pirate starter file you want to use, and you can tell which is which by looking at the load table, right? Voter race is, you see that it's separated by races. This is education, and this is age. I'm going to use education as an example because I'm a teacher and it just makes sense for me. So let's just jump in and let me show you how to start collecting data. So you just have to take two groups and compare them. And you got to show me that you can, find all the things we learned about: histogram, box plot, mean, median, and mode. And just remember that if you get stuck, to click on the contracts page, and you can find the different contracts for each of the functions we learned. So for example, we have to make a histogram, and a histogram takes in a table, takes in a string, and it takes in a number. So I go back to my code, and I want a histogram, right? I got a post graduate education, so I'm going to choose that one, but first I have to put the voters table, a string, post, and then a bin, 6. This is perfect. Now I have to copy it. To copy it, a lot of you guys are using, and girls, sorry, a lot of y'all are using school computers, and school computers have this thing called a snipping tool. You just have to go down bottom left to the magnifying glass and type in SNIP, and it's the first thing that pops up. So you click on that. This is the beginning. You want to create a new snip, so you click new, and then everything kind of goes like a light gray behind you. So you decide where you want to start to cut your picture. I'm going to do here. And you create this rectangle around what you want to copy. Anywhere on your screen, by the way. So I let go, and it copied it. I hit Control-C on my computer. And if you want to, you can also hit Edit and go to Copy. I'm a big Control-C, Control-V kind of person. So I go to my Word document. First thing you should do, though, is put a title. Post graduate versus, let's do high school education. So if you only got a high school education and you didn't go to college or get a college degree, what's the likelihood that you're going to vote in an election? All right, so we hit Insert. We go to Table. I want one row and two columns. One of the columns is for the picture, and the other one is for me to write in. I hit Control-V, and I resize my picture so it fits. And then I just write a little description about this, right? So a histogram depicting voter turnout, and everything is voter turnout for voters with a postgraduate education from 1986 to 2018 by module distribution with peaks at 65 to 70% and 85 to 90%. All right. So that's that. If I want to, I can click on my table. I can go to Table Design, and this thing right here that says Borders, I can turn off the borders so it's kind of just hanging there, right? This nice little description. It's really up to you. If you like it with the borders, you could put it. It's not a big deal. Okay, let's get back to our code. So now I have to compare it to another group of voters, and I chose high school because you guys are in high school, so, and most of you are graduating, so actually no, all of you. So we have HS, so hit enter, And this time I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to do what's called a print screen. So on your keyboard, there's this button called print screen, and that's how it looks like. Sometimes you have to hit function and that button. It depends. On most, it's by itself. On my computer, it's by itself. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to hit print screen. Move the mouse, and it copied it. Same deal as before, insert table, I put this in, and then I hit Control V, and now I just have to edit this out. To edit it, you just have to go to picture format, or click on the picture and hit format, and there's a button called crop, so you press on that, and you see these black frames. You just move the frame so it has the picture. Alright, when you're happy with it, you click outside, and now you can resize it so it fits. And I'm not going to write a description, but you have to, right? So you have to write a description for everything. But what we are going to do is go to the next code that we learned. We're going to do a box plot. But Mr. Pilcher likes modified box plot better because it shows the outliers, if there are any outliers. So a box plot takes in, so it takes in a table, it takes in a column, and that's it. And it's modified box plot. So if you get this error and it says unbound, that means you copied the name of the function wrong. So just make sure to check your contract page and make sure you copied it right. That's all. And remember, unbound with the highlight of the name of the function just means you copied it wrong. All right, you press enter. All right. I'm going to use my snipping tool. Go back in here. And you know, if you're someone who's really organized, you can give it different titles. You can make it as pretty as you want to. Okay. Box plot of, voter turnout for postgraduate degrees, or for voters with from 1986 to 2018. All right, and now what's nice about a box plot is it breaks things into quarters, right? Something that's interesting is between a Q3 and the max. So 25% of the voter turnout was between 85 to 88, right? That the 50th percentile. 50th percentile was 77. Voter turnout. So how did I get that? It's the median, right? And the median is the 50th percentile. It's right here. All that means is 50% of either voted less than 77, or 50% voted more than 77, and it just gives you an idea of like, wow, if 50% voted more than 77, based on the numbers we've been seeing, like postgraduates are the ones who vote the most, but we'll see. I didn't look at the ages yet. Minimum turnout, or minimum, turnout percentage was 60%. Maximum was 88%. So, which is honestly, when you compare it to Australia, where they make it mandatory, it is still a little less. But hey, I mean, this is voluntary voting. This is, This is important, right? So, right, so that's how you do this kind of box plot kind of description. And then just don't forget, right, we have mean, median, and mode for each of the data sets. So when you're done, you're gonna save this. I always like to file, save as, and I save everything that I'm gonna upload to desktop because I erase it pretty quick. I even have an upload folder for things that I have to upload. I give it a name that I can remember to see it, like you can call it DS and just say work, right? And then all you have to do is you just go and upload it to iLearn, to the assignment. And that's it. That's all you have to do. It should take no less than maybe 15 minutes. If you need help, please reach out. And I look forward to seeing you live session on Thursday when we begin the project.